يا شبابا قد أنابا وإلى الله استجاب.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. إن خير الكلام كلام الله عز وجل وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. To proceed, inshallah ta'ala, we shall continue our beautiful book about our beloved leader and teacher, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, as if you can see him, compiled by the great scholar of Islam, A'id al-Qarni, hafidhahullah ta'ala. And I presume we're up to page 60, correct? And the topic for tonight is Prophet Muhammad's mercy, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Prophet Muhammad's mercy, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And indeed, this topic regarding mercy is extremely long, and you will never ever be able to give it its sufficient due need. But we will mention something, inshallah ta'ala, regarding it for the benefit of our hearts, so we may apply that which we learn, insha'Allah azza wa jal, this evening. In a narration collected by Muhammad ibn Ismail al-Bukhari and Muslim ibn Hijjaj, rahimahumullah ta'ala, our beloved leader Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said that Allah ta'ala created mercy in 100 parts. How many parts, Hakim? 100. From which he only sent one part onto this earth. From how many? 100. How many did he send? Only one. Out of which people show love, compassion, mercy, affection to one another. This is from the one part of mercy. Not 100, only one part. And from that one part that was placed on this earthly existence, people show compassion, love, affection, mercy, care to one another. And out of which the wild animals, the wild beasts care for their young. So much so that a mother would be to put down its hoof out of what? Absolutely, Ya Rabbi. Out of fear that its young baby may be harmed, subhanAllah. This is due from that one mercy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala placed on this earth. Can you imagine if He gave all the mercies, 100 on this earth? If that one mercy does so much for us, can you imagine 100 mercies? And then the narration mentions that He retained or reserved the remaining mercies. How many of you is left? 99 for His believing servants on the day of retribution. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And wallahi, Allah is like, the most merciful, the most beneficent, the most gracious. He is so merciful, wallahi. But only to those that, very good, they show mercy to those. He shows mercy to those who shows mercy to others. Who shows mercy to others. If you don't show mercy to others, you may not even achieve the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the mercy of Allah? There's a narration that mentions in the Sahih that on the day of resurrection, a believer, who? A believer, will be brought to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah ta'ala will envelop him with His mercy. So when he comes close to Allah ta'ala and Allah envelops him with His mercy, Allah will make him confess. Allahu Akbar. This is the mercy, listen carefully. Allah will make him confess to the sins that he committed on did you not commit this sin on that day? You'll say, yes, shut up, I did. Yeah, Abd, did you not commit that sin on that particular day, that particular time? He goes, yes, shut up, I did. And he feels as though he's going to be doomed. Fiyutta, khalas. That's what he feels. Because he confesses to what? To the sins that he committed on this day. And Allah is telling him, did you not commit? Did you not commit? Did you not commit? He goes, yes, wa alaykum salam. Yes, I did, Ya Rabb. And then, look at the mercy of Allah. But who was brought to him? What was it, Ahmed? A believer or a non-believer? A believer. Look at the mercy he has to the believers. Don't forget, 99 mercies on that day. 99. Allahu Akbar. This is where it hits very, very strongly. He says to this man, this believing servant, this sinner, but a believer in Allah, the one who applied Allah's law, he will say to him, I covered it up for you in the dunya. You know, we commit sins, do we not? And we hope that no one sees us. But there is someone seeing you all the time, Allah. And He can see exactly what you're doing before you do it. But you still wish that no one sees it. You want to conceal that sin as much as possible. And Allah Ta'ala on that day will say to you, I covered it up for you on that day, in the dunya. And then what does He say to him? And I forgive you for it today. Allahu Akbar. Isn't it beautiful? This is the mercy. This is the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is the most merciful. But when do we achieve Allah's mercy? What was the condition? When we ourselves, now, while we are living on this earth, show mercy to others. So if you don't show mercy to your brethren, to your sisters, to your this and that, to even animals, you will not be shown mercy on the day you will leave it. As the hadith says, Allah will only show mercy to those who show mercy. Show mercy to the ones who are on this earth, and the one in the heaven will show mercy to you. Allahu Akbar. So the condition is what, Suhaib? And in return you get what? Allahu Akbar. What more do you want? What more do you want? Another narration mentions that there will be a woman who loses her baby, her suckling baby, and she runs around ballistically, crying out loud, my son, my baby. And you know the mother towards the child, towards her suckling baby, you know how intense it is? The feeling, the emotion, the compassion she has for that child. So when she loses her baby, she runs around, my baby, my baby. And then she suddenly finds her baby. What does she do? She grabs that little baby and presses him against her chest with warmth and compassion and love and kindness, with affection, and allows him to suckle from her. And then Muhammad said to his companion, see that woman? Do you think she'll ever throw her child in hellfire? Which is right? Absolutely not. He said, Wallahi, Allah is more merciful, more kind, more loving to His servants, His believing servants, than that woman to her child. Allah. So does that mean, or would we not understand that if this woman would never throw her child in the fire, how can Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punish a believer who loves Him, who prays to Him, who worships Him, who remembers Him? See how beautiful Allah is? But we have to wake up. We have to realize the realization of why we are here, in order to get that which we want, the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And understand something very important. No one enters Jannah except Hakim, through Allah's, yes, through Allah's mercy. No one enters Jannah through their deeds. But it is their deeds that are the reason for you to achieve the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah's mercy is extremely important. What is mercy? You might ask, mercy, mercy, mercy. What is mercy? We've just given a few examples of mercy, but what is it? Mercy is a sign of humility. Feeling concerned for other people's affairs. Feeling concerned. You're really concerned about your brothers, about your sisters, even the non-Muslims. When I see a non-Muslim out there, I say, oh, how sad. Jahannam is severe. It's mercy. I would love them to be Muslims. Because it's not easy knowing and recognizing the dungeons of horror, of hate, and knowing that they may be in it. Maybe, and inshallah they don't, inshallah become Muslim before they die. That they may be, just maybe, in that fire. Feeling concern for other people's affairs. Sharing their pain, their aspirations. When we see our brothers and sisters going through difficulties, hardships, we feel for that. That's mercy. You feel the same stress, anxiety, pressure that they're feeling. As a believer, he has mercy for them. If I say Khalid Naji struggling to put food on his table, I feel for him and I try to help him because I have mercy towards him. He's my brother. But I say, Allah ma'arif, but Allah made it back. As a lot of people do. They say that. Allah made it back. If you don't show mercy to your brothers, you will not be shown mercy on the day you need it. This is mercy. Sharing the pain and the aspiration of others. Feeling sympathy for the young and the old. Feeling sympathy for the weak, for the needy, the poor. Feeling sympathy for the vulnerable and the disabled. Feeling sympathy for the widows, for the orphans. This is mercy. But genuine feeling, not just listening or hearing, and you just turn your back. You feel and you want to do something. You have that sympathy towards them. It is this compassion and mercy that Allah sent Muhammad with sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is this compassion and mercy that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam treated everyone alike, both foe and companion, enemy and friend. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Anbiya, وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. We only sent you as a mercy to mankind. This is the reason He came, to show us how we should be towards one another. Akhlaq, our manners, our ethics, our character to one another. We only sent you, Rasulullah, we only sent you, Allah says, as a mercy to mankind. As a mercy to mankind in totality, Muslim or non-Muslim. He was the symbol of love and mercy. And the greatest feature of His mercy was that it was universal. Not confined to the Arabs, not confined to the Muslims. It reached every member of humanity, every member of society, whether he knew or he did not know. You know, one man, one companion said, Ya Rasulullah, invoke this curse upon this enemy of yours. What did he say to him? Invoke this curse on this enemy of yours. There's no questions yet. So, when he heard that, who heard this? Muhammad, he got angry. Invoke a curse. You know what a curse means? You know what it is to say, Allah yal'anak? A curse, what you are seeking is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala distances His mercy from this individual. When you say to someone, Allah yal'anak, you are asking that Allah don't bestow your mercy on this person. That's the meaning of a curse. So this companion said to him, Ya Rasulullah, invoke this curse on said, I was not sent onto this earth to curse people. I was sent as a mercy to mankind. Allahu Akbar. How beautiful is that? Did he curse him? No. I was not sent onto this earth to what? To curse people, but as a mercy to mankind. The Meccans, the pagan Arabs, who waged an unscrupulous war against him, who fought him and hurt him. Once they hurt his face, they injured his face, and it was bleeding. And we can still hear him, subhanAllah, as though we can still hear him when we read the narration, when he was wiping the blood off his face. He said, Ya Allah, forgive my people, for they know not what they are doing. They hurt him. They caused blood to come out from him. He's wiping the blood of those that hurt him. And he's saying, Ya Allah, forgive them. They know not what they are doing. SubhanAllah, do we do this today? Allah, with one word that is said against us, they probably say, you F you, and you want to go and belt him and deck him and smash the living bells out of you. Relax. Sabr. Inna Allah asawri. They hurt him. They made him bleed on the face. He was wiping the blood. Oh Allah, forgive them. They know not what they are doing. This is Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. When he went to Taif, what did he go to Taif for, Abid? A barbecue or? To call people to Islam. To call people to Islam. When he met the chiefs of Taif, the leaders, they didn't meet him with sweet and drinks. They were a conceited bunch, an arrogant bunch. They instead met him with what? With ridicule, with mockery, with laughter, with harshness. And then they set upon him the idols and the loaves, the ignorant of the villagers, the young kids. They set upon him the young kids who chased Rasulullah, the chosen one, the greatest man that existed. They chased him, many of them, with rocks and clods, rocks or pebbles or clods made out of clay. And they started throwing it harshly at Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He was bleeding severely. He was wounded severely. He was in pain severely, staggering through the streets of Taif. When he reached the outskirts, he almost collapsed. Well, when a gardener saw him, and he felt sympathy for him, he took him into his heart. Ya Rasulullah, Ishis. He nursed his wounds and allowed him to recuperate before he continued his journey between Taif and Mecca. This is not the issue. The issue is where? When the angel of the mountains came. This is the important section of the hadith. It said, Ya Rasulullah, your Lord has sent me to do your bidding. If you so desire, I will make these two mountains come down, crush you into death. Like this, eating that. The two mountains, so simple. They were pebbling him. They were hurting him. While they were pebbling him, throwing stones and harming him. He came and said, Ya Rasulullah, your Lord has sent me to you right now. If you want, I will make the two mountains, they were between two mountains, come down and crush them to death. What did he say? Please, Elijah, not the man that was sent as a mercy to mankind. Absolutely. He said, I was not sent onto this earth as a messenger of revenge. I was but sent as a messenger of mercy. Allahu Akbar. Isn't this a great example? Examples. He made excuses for his people, yet they were trying to kill him. He was compassionate, merciful towards them, yet they were fighting him. Today we have leaders where many of them, worldwide, Arab and non-Arab, especially the Arabs, they say they're compassionate, they're merciful to their people, they love their people, they want to help their people. Wallahi, they have no regards for mercy, no regards for compassion, no regards for peace. They are massacring their people, wallahi. They're hurting, destroying, killing their people. And they say they're merciful towards the people. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, subhanAllah, which is the verse that reminds me, وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمْ لَا تُفْسِدُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ قَالُوا إِنَّمَا نَحْنُ مُصْلِحُونَ. When they said to them, don't cause mischief, evil on earth, they say, no, Ya Allah, we are only the peacemakers. We are the good doers. But Allah responds to them. How does He respond to Mirabel? أَلَا إِنَّهُمْ هُمُ الْمُفْسِدُونَ وَلَكِنْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. Allah says, never. They are the evil ones, the wicked ones, but they perceive not. There are many out there today. Many. As for Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the man who had a heart of gold, warmth, love, affection, mercy in his heart, who really showed concern for people. He felt their pain, he felt their anxiety, and he tried his utmost to protect all of us that is sitting here tonight and the rest of the nation. He protected us and tried his utmost to warn us from eternal dungeons of horror. He tried his best, ya ikhwati al-a'izzah. He tried very, very, very hard. That's what the hadith that says. The example of being you is like that man who brought a fire. He what? He makes a big fire. And when the fire becomes strong and powerful, butterflies, grasshoppers, moths, other insects start pouncing into it, throwing themselves into it. And the man that brought the fire gets scared. For who? For himself? No. But for the insects. He feels for them. Is that mercy? Say even mercy then. The man that made the fire, after he sees it got strong, when he sees the insects plunging themselves into the fire, he feels for them. So he tries his most to stop them. He's unable. They overpower him. And then the hadith says, this is me and this is you. What does it mean by this is me and this is you?
He, in other words, basically says that, but I'm trying to save you guys from the fire, yet you're just striving so hard.
Yes! I am me and this is you. This is the fire, for example. I try so hard to hold you back, to teach you against the fire, to warn you against it, but you are slipping away from my hand. You don't listen. You just don't listen. It's just like him saying that. Haram, you make it halal. Worship, you don't want to know about it. Haram, you want to do it. You're slipping away and you don't even care. So he was merciful. He wanted us not to go anywhere near the fire. This is why he warned us. Don't do this. Don't do that. There's a reason behind it. But you say, no, ya Rasulullah, it's okay. Allah Ghafur Rahim, He will forgive me. I can do it. But every time you do it, you are plunging like the grasshopper and the butterfly into that fire. Every time you commit that sin, especially the major sin, you are plunging into that fire like the insects are. Understand that? And you are slipping away from Rasulullah's hand. Likewise, he was extremely merciful and compassionate to the children. If he saw a child crying, he would sit next to him or her and feel his or her feeling, what they're going through. He would sit next to them, pat them. Can I help you? What's the problem? See, he wants to watch children. He felt the pain and the anxiety of a mother towards a child more than the mother. Once he was playing with his two beloved grandsons. Who were they? That's right, Hassan and Hussein. He was playing with them, embracing them, kissing them, laughing with them, running with them. From a distance there was a man, and that man's name was Aqra ibn Hasan. And the man was looking at him, how he was, intermingling with the youth, the children. He was very sad. Who was sad? The man. He looked at him and scrutinized the way he was acting towards the children. Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So he approached Rasulullah. He said, Ya Rasulullah, in a very round way, I have 10 children, he said. How many? 10 children, and I've never ever kissed one of them. 10 children, you haven't kissed one of them? What kind of father are you? What kind of father are you? He said, what can I do for you, Ya Rasul? How can I help you if there was no mercy in your heart? Allah understand. 10 children. Just recently, I got a sister said to me, 16-year-old girl, she goes to me, is my dad supposed to hug me? Is he allowed to hug me and kiss me? I go, absolutely, he's your father. He's obliged to do that. He's obliged to show you mercy and compassion. Wallahi, she started crying. Wallahi. I won't make you cry. Because he's never ever touched me in his life. Never hardly ever smiled to me like this. And she felt so sad. Ya akhi, as a father, you must show mercy towards your children. Mercy! Hug them! Kiss them! Play with them! Love them! If you don't show them affection, who are you? If to your children you don't show affection or mercy, how would you show it to anyone else? He was once in prayer and he said, I wish to prolong the prayer, but suddenly I hear a baby in the back crying. So I feel the anxiety. I feel the stress of a mother to her child when he's crying. So I cut the prayer very short for the anxiety of that mother. That's mercy. This is mercy. Once he was sitting with his companions, whereupon one of his daughters sends a messenger to him. And the messenger said to him, Ya Rasulullah, your daughter is saying to you, please come quickly, for her son is dying. So he sends back that messenger, telling him, tell my daughter that I convey my greetings, assalamu alaikum, and tell her that whatever Allah takes is for him. And whatever he gives is for him. And everything has a limited time. Be patient. When she heard that, she sent him back. Wallah, he has to come. She said. What did she say? He has to come. By Allah. Oh, tough woman, Allah. Daughter of Rasulullah. Did he have a choice? No. He picked himself up alongside of Sa'ad ibn Ubadah, alongside of Mu'adh ibn Jabal, Ubay ibn Ka'b, Zayd ibn Thabit, and other companionship. Allahu Akbar. Did you hear the names? Did you hear these mountains? Can you imagine having companions like that? Mountains of faith. Sa'ad ibn Ubadah, Mu'adh ibn Jabal, Ubay ibn Ka'b, Zayd ibn Thabit. Allahu Akbar. What companionship. So they all went to her, Rabia, to his daughter's house. When he got there, they brought the little child to Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And his heart was disturbed. He was gasping. He was having trouble breathing. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam cried. His eyes started shedding tears. Sa'ad next to him, Ya Rasulullah, what is this? You're crying? He goes, it is a mercy that Allah has lodged in the hearts of His servants. And whoever does not show mercy to others, Allah will not show mercy to them. So that thing is a woman thing, when you every now and then feel emotional. You know, I have many men say, oh, where are men? Where are the But mercy comes from the heart. Rasulullah was in a Jabal? No, he wasn't a Jabal, he was Jibal. Not one mountain, not mountains. And yet he shed tears when it came to this. He shed tears at the slightest, wallahi, the slightest sign of inhumanity. He shed tears for it. Another occasion, he was leading the prayer congregation. And a little girl, whatever woman, bint Zaynab was next to him while he was praying. He was standing praying, all of a sudden she started crying. What did he do, Ahmed? Stop the prayer? He was praying, there was a congregation behind him, a little girl next to him. She started crying. What did he do?
Pick her up, show him the peace.
He picked her up. When? In prayer. Yes, in prayer. Because many people say, oh, remember, you do 3 moves in prayer, your prayer isn't done. Nonsense. Nonsense. They are talking nothing but ignorance. He picked her up, authentic narration. He held her strongly against him. When he went down for sujood, only then he softly put her down. What did he do? Softly put her down. Done his prostration, and then when he got up again, he grabbed her, picked her up, and embraced her again. Umama bint Zaynab. Allah. No question. Sorry, Isha. So, this is not only merciful, but we can derive from this, Ya Rabbi Afuri what? A matter of fiqh. What can we derive? You can move, and you are allowed to carry, if needed, a child. A child. Where many ignorant Muslims will probably make you look like the worst of the worst for this you do this. And I do it all the time when I come. Another occasion, he was prostrating in congregation, leading the prayer, when who came? Hassan. And he started climbing on his back. Little grandson of his. A little fella back then. And he's climbing on his back and he's like a trampoline. And he's playing around and he took a long time on his back. Where did he get off? You know, people praying behind him as well. And he's there prolonging the prayer, the prostration. SubhanAllah. And then only when he went down, who went down? Hassan. He didn't say, no. Didn't push him up. No. When he went down on his own accord, only then he raised himself. And after the prayer, he said, my apologies for what had happened. And Hassan came on my back. I did not want to disturb him. Until he himself went down. This is Islam. This is Islam. Forget the nonsense that you take from your forefathers. Take from your forefather who speaks the truth. He was extremely merciful to animals. To animals. Because what mercy does to a person is soften the heart. Not only for humans, but for everything. Look, would you normally, be straightforward with yourself, would you normally see an ant on the floor and just step on it? If you do, you have no mercy. If you do, you have no mercy. Isn't it not a living creature? And I know people that take, a love and desire and wantonness, just, they'll take a look at that one and step on ants. Why? Why? What are they to you? They're living creatures. Mercy should soften to heart, not only to humans, but every creature that has a living heart. Abu Hurairah relates in an authentic narration. A man was traveling, and he became very thirsty. Very what? Thirsty. So he saw a well. What did he see? A well, a bore, B-L-R-A. Entered the well, drank, quenched his thirst, and came back out. Behold, there was a dog there. What was there? A dog. The dog was licking the mud from the ground due to the thirst that he felt. So the man looked at him after quenching his thirst and said, indeed, this dog was or is as thirsty as I was. So out of his mercy, what did he do? Went immediately back into the well, took his liver, sock off, filled it with water, carried it out, held it between his teeth, gave the water to the dog until he quenched his thirst. And the hadith mentions Allah was very pleased with this action of this man. and he forgave him all his sins. He forgave him all his sins. The companions asked, Ya Rasulullah, is there recompense even in the matters of beast and wild animals? He said there is recompense, but reward and judgment in every creature that has a living heart, no matter what it may be. No matter what it may be. Another lady, he mentions to us, was thrown, cast away into Nari Jahannam, into hellfire. Why? Because she withheld water, food from her cat, and refused to allow it to be free and eat the creatures of the earth. She was placed into hellfire for that person. Why? She was unmerciful towards it. She treated it in a haram way. Another narration mentions that Abdullah Jafar says that Muhammad Sallallahu one day entered the compound of a Ansari. And in that compound there was a camel. Now when he entered it, the camel immediately, when she saw Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, she longed for him. What does long for him mean, Mustafa?
She wanted him to ride?
Ride her? Probably did. She longed for him.
She missed him. Like
She wanted him. When you long for something, you desire it. She wanted him. So she started, wallahi, the hadith says this. She started groaning and crying like a little baby. When he noticed the camel, he went up to the camel and he wiped its tears off his face. And he comforted the camel. And she said something to him. Is it possible?
yes.
Can the animal talk to us, brother?
Yes.
Yes. Of course she can. The hadith says so. We say what? We believe. That's it. So she spoke to Rasulullah. And then immediately Rasulullah said, who is the owner of this camel? Who is the owner of this camel? Then an Ansari young man comes running, Ya Rasulullah, it is me. I am the owner of this camel. He said, don't you fear Allah? Don't you fear Allah with regard to the animal that He placed under your possession? It complained to me that you starve it and you overburden it. What does He do? Starve it and overburden it. That's why you've got to be very, very careful when it comes to owning animals. If you can't take care of them, get rid of them, sell them, give them away, because you are responsible for them. No matter what animal may be, if you cannot fulfill the responsibility and you have no feeling or mercy to that living creature, you will be accountable for it. Understand that. Another occasion, the companions came back from a military campaign. On their way going back to Medina, they saw a nest with some chicks of a bird in it. Little chicks of a bird, but their mother wasn't there, searching for food. So one companion said, let's take it. They took the little chicks, babies. Suddenly the mother came back, running around, flying around, screeching, crying, as if saying, my babies, my babies. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam heard of the situation. He got very angry. Immediately, he commanded the companions, return at once to the nest. Why? Why would he have done that for? Because, can you imagine taking a child from a mother? No matter what the child might be, the mother will defend her child with her life. Well, why? Animals defend their babies with their life. It's the mercy that Allah placed into them. It's the mercy that Allah has given the mothers, whether animate or inanimate, whether with intellect or no intellect. Another occasion, a man threw a goat on its side. What did he do? He threw a goat on its side, got the knife, started sharpening the knife. And the goat is on its side, watching him sharpen the knife. Muhammad saw his action. He came up to the man and said to him, "Do you want to kill her twice?" What did he say? "Do you want to kill that goat twice?" Because Ya Rasulullah. He said, "Why did you not sharpen the knife before you put it on its side in a way that it does not know, where it cannot see you?" This is mercy. Today, Allah Akbar, those who slaughter animals have no mercy. And I'm talking about the Muslims more than anyone else. You know, I don't blame the ban by the government here in this country of live export to Indonesia. I don't blame them. Because I've seen the way they slaughter the animals. Filthy, disgusting. And they claim it to be Islam. Wallahi, it's not. Wallahi, it's not. So those activists who are all for human rights and animal rights, they got a right in this area. Because that's harmful to the beasts. Wallahi, it's harmful. Because the way they treat their beasts and the animals is not Islamic at all. Why would you allow the goat to see you sharpen the knife? Why would you allow an animal to be slaughtered in front of another animal? Where's your mercy? Don't you feel? Yeah, honestly, I don't know how people can do this. And the hadith says, if you slaughter, make sure you what? Sharpen the knife and kill properly, gently. Treat the animal well, the hadith says. You know, you don't want to hurt. You don't want to sort of allow the animal to see death before death. It's not proper, it's not Islamic, and it's not merciful. This is the way Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam reacted when it came to maltreatment of animals. Can you imagine how he would have reacted to people harming each other with no just right? Can you imagine how he would have reacted when people usurp, stealth the money of the poor, of the orphans, of the vulnerable? Can you imagine how he would react to those who have no mercy, to the weak, to the widow, to the orphans, to the poor, to the young, to the old? And as he said beautifully, those who do not show mercy will not be shown mercy. And those who do not show mercy to those who are on earth, the one in the heavens will never show mercy to you. I will leave it at that, inshallah ta'ala. I just hope we understood basic issues of mercy. Whether it's to us, to our fellow brothers and sisters, non-Muslims, animals, as small as an ant and as big as an elephant. We all must show mercy. And this is what he taught us. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.
شبابا قد أنابا وإلى الله استجابا إن من يرجو الثواب لا يبالي بالصعاب